The football season is creaking to a close, but the weather hasn't quite picked up yet. So we reckon now would be a great time for some new additions to the Xbox Game Pass catalog. From prehistoric park builders to dystopian photo ops, this week's batch adds a little bit of everything.
Do you have the expertise, quick thinking, and sound moral judgment required to run a park full of prehistoric monsters without creating an immense danger to public safety? No? Well, don't worry, that didn't stop any of the other people who tried. Qualified or not, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is a theme park sim which lets you build your very own dino zoo, breeding fun new creatures to attract the crowds, making sure they're comfortable and cared for, and also doing what you can to stop them breaking out and rampaging all across the island. Of course, there's always going to be a certain amount of that, and Chaos Theory mode is great for seeing how you react when the dinosaur manure has already hit the fan, recreating scenarios from the films to see how well you do when a T-Rex gets loose or a disgruntled scientist tries to sabotage your park. Because at the end of the day, however many unthinkable catastrophes take place, as Jeff Goldblum said in the movie, the important thing is that you had fun. He did say that, right?
From the developers of Telling Lies, which is also available on Xbox Game Pass, her story is another deep, disturbing mystery told through the fragments of video files. This time, the story revolves around a woman who has been accused of murdering her husband. You're given access to all the footage associated with her case. Everything from intense police interviews to cheerful home movies. You know, the ones they always have in murder mystery movies that people never actually shoot in real life. Using a simple search bar mechanic, you'll be able to follow from one clue to the next, steadily working your way through the vast video archives and piecing together what actually happened. It's the perfect game for any amateur detective, sure to have you frantically scribbling down notes and maybe even constructing one of those big cork boards with all the red string. Come the 17th of May, this could be you.
Like many games, Umurangi Generation is set within a near-future world where things have gone badly. But unlike most of them, your job here isn't to rescue humanity, fight off mutants, or do anything particularly drastic. You're just here to take pictures, Peter Parker style. Each image you take is judged on its colours, composition, and content, with better images earning you more cash. As you gradually get your hands on better lenses and equipment, you'll be able to nab even nicer shots, with Umurangi's Maori-infused cyberpunk cityscape providing all kinds of strange and beautiful scenery for you to work with. And also, for some reason, penguins. But you're doing more here than just taking pretty photos. You're looking directly at the social problems and structural failings which are allowing a once beautiful place to fall into ruin. Not many games can change how you see the world, but Umurangi Generation just might.
Fans of Kiki's delivery service will get the chance to rise and grind their way into the witchcraft industry when Little Witch in the Woods hits Xbox Game Pass in preview form on May 17th. You play as an apprentice witch who must prove herself by heading to a nearby village and finding ways to make life better for the folks who live there. It's sort of like magical community service, only you didn't commit any crimes to get here. While this might sound like a lot of responsibility for a young person just trying to get a start in the working world, it helps that your chosen hustle mostly involves mixing up magical potions, and that the villagers are all incredibly charming. There's a cute little fox fella, an unimpressed bear with an axe, and an old lady who perhaps is also a sheep. Magical powers or not, how could you not want to help these guys out? When most young people are looking to move out from their parents' place, they take a part-time job waiting tables or stacking shelves. But being a genius inventor with a snazzy robotic arm, Phoebe has cooked up a slightly more elaborate solution, using floppy disks to summon bizarre monsters known as floppy nights. I mean, it certainly sounds better than working in a supermarket. Floppy Nights is a card collecting game in which players build out their own deck and unleash their own chosen critters into hectic turn-based battles. There are tons of different nights to get to grips with, from angry potted plants to skateboarding ghosts, so there's loads of room to experiment and come up with strategies to suit your personal playstyle. Or alternatively, you could just base your entire game plan around picking the floppy knight who makes you giggle.
Right, I don't know about you guys, but I am sick of battling dragons, racing sports cars, and shooting aliens. Boring. I want some real excitement. I want Farming Simulator 22. The latest entry in the acclaimed farm building series gives you the chance to build your very own agricultural empire, planting crops, raising animals, and driving great big tractors around as you rise to the very top of the farming game. With over 400 machines and tools from 100 real-world brands, the level of authenticity here is truly unmatched. And when it comes to new gameplay features, well, I'm pleased to say that the rumours, they're true. And you're right to be excited. We've got mulching, people. So whether you're dreaming about an olive orchard in the Mediterranean or a hillside farm over by the Alps, that dream can be a reality thanks to Farming Simulator 22.
Arcade enthusiasts, get your joysticks ready. Pac-Man Museum Plus is coming straight to Xbox Game Pass on May 27th. This retro collection really does feature a Pac-Man for all seasons, with 14 titles from across the franchise all pristinely preserved in their original form. Naturally, that includes various versions of the classic Pac-Man experience where you roam around as a little yellow circle, munching on fruit and busting ghosts. But there's also side-scrolling platformers, tile puzzle games, and the roly-poly fun of Pac and Roll. Basically, whatever version of Pac-Man you're into, you'll find it here. And as you play, you'll earn coins that can be used to customize your own little virtual arcade, finally giving our long-suffering hero a place where he can relax without being relentlessly pursued by the wordless specters of the undead.
Even in an age where mankind can travel effortlessly between the stars in a sleek spacecraft, someone still has to do the dirty work, and in hard space Shipbreaker, that someone is you. As a simple blue-collar worker who makes their living in the salvage business, your job is to head out into the empty abyss of space and track down those ships that came to a sorry end. To turn their misfortune into your fortune, you'll need to use your laser cutter and carve open the vehicle's remains to get to all the juicy, valuable stuff inside. Oh, be careful though, as these ships also tend to contain a lot of things that really don't appreciate being lasered, and your newfound bounty won't do you much good if it explodes before you can even get your hands on it. Arriving onto PC Game Pass very soon indeed, Hard Space Shipbreaker definitely won't be the most glamorous space game you play this year, but it might be one of the most satisfying.
Think of Vampire Survivors as a twin-stick shooter where one of the twins has mysteriously died. Actually, no. Don't think about it like that, that's morbid and strange. Think of Vampire Survivors as a twin-stick shooter, where the game takes care of the aiming stick for you, automatically firing in whichever direction you're facing. That leaves you in charge of controlling your vampire slayer of choice, keeping them out of harm's way as all kinds of ghosts and ghouls flood your screen. As you play, you'll gradually unlock everything from throwing knives to those all-important garlic cloves to help you fend off the forces of evil, giving you a slightly better chance of making it all the way to dawn on each run. Just be careful. Its roguelike game loop is so compelling that Vampire Survivors might just end up turning you into a creature of the night.
With more day one releases, blockbusters, and indie gems in the pipeline for 2022, Xbox Game Pass is just getting better and better. So be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to hear all about the latest additions. Sound off in the comments about which games you'll be checking out first, and we'll see you next time. Bye!